We've heard the legends, we've read the tales, we've learned the myths of gods and goddesses, of supernatural might, of realms beyond the veil of time. Yet beneath these stories lies a deception, a cycle, a trap, a war against truth. History, his story, is a construct, a carefully woven illusion designed to bury the many timeline, the true lineage of power, the sacred knowledge of those who came before. The educational system is not just a means of learning, it is a battlefield. A war has been waged against memory, against the voices of the past that refuse to be silenced. What was once divine has been demonized. What was once sacred has been stolen. What was once truth has been twisted into myth. But the cycle is breaking, the veil is lifting, and those who remember are rising. For 1,000 years, the sacred women of the Inca Empire, also known as the Haiti Empire, ruled over an advanced and prosperous civilization. These women, direct descendants of an ancient matriarchal bloodline, wielded great wisdom, mystical powers, and the ability to foresee future events. They were the keepers of sacred knowledge, protectors of the land, and guides to their people. By the time of 1492, a foreign force approached their shores, an emissary claiming to seek aid. The leader of this envoy was a man known to history as Christopher Columbus, though in truth, he was a Sephardic Jew working in alliance with the Ottoman Empire. Under the guise of requesting humanitarian assistance for famine and disease-stricken Europe, Columbus and his backers devised a far more sinister plot, the conquest of the Haiti Empire. The Ottoman-backed invaders sought to overthrow the empire and seize control of its sacred lands. Their ultimate goal was to force marriages upon the noble bloodline of the sacred women, binding their power to the invaders and destroying the matriarchal rule. The Haitians, forewarned by their seers, resisted. War erupted as noble families fled all over the Amaru continent. The Inca Empress, known in today history as Ana Kaona, her sacred women council became the targets, hunted for their magical abilities and divine connection to the land. These women is highly skilled warriors, with legendary machete skills, including spear and daggers. They often refer to them as the califia, Creole word, meaning the sacred feminine power, as war escalating to many loss of imperium territory. These sacred women was led to a hidden underground passage sanctuary, to an island that would later become known as California. But to them, it was always Califia's land, a place where the sacred women could escape persecution and preserve the lineage of the imperium. Among the hidden traditions passed down from the sacred women of the Haiti Empire, one of the most guarded is the supernatural science of divine union, known in Creole as marinet, meaning married forever. This sacred title was given to women who carried the divine essence, a spiritual marriage between flesh and the supernatural. In the ancient traditions of the Inca Haiti Empire, these women were not just rulers, but bearers of the gods, chosen to uphold the sacred bloodline. The marinet were believed to possess the ability to commune with spirits, foresee future events, and even manifest divine energy into the physical world. Their connection to the supernatural was so strong that they were said to be immaculately conceived future emperors of the world, a concept later mirrored in biblical texts, where the sacred birthright of the gods was rewritten under patriarchal rule. The Ottomans, alongside their allies, sought to extinguish this bloodline through forced marriages and war, understanding that the marinet were the key to the empire's spiritual and political power. But Califia's warriors mobilized with the slogan called Aya Bombay, Indigenous Creole word, meaning with the creator god we will be successful. Many who sought Califia's land, whether as refugees, invaders, or seekers of power, met their fate in the most unexpected of ways. The marinet, the sacred warrior women of the Haiti Empire, were far from defenseless. Known throughout history as notorious and fearless fighters, their reputation struck terror into the hearts of those who opposed them. While Hollywood later rebranded their legend as Wonder Woman and the Amazon Warriors, the true marinet warriors were far more mystical. In the ancient voodoo pantheon, they were feared and revered as supernatural beings, warriors who could fly, shapeshift, and strike down enemies from above. Legend tells that these women could transfer their consciousness into powerful avatars, massive winged creatures known as the griffin. By night, the marinet warriors would shed their human form, becoming enormous bird-like entities, soaring over enemy camps, scouting threats from a distance, and attacking with the precision of celestial hunters. Some say their wings spanned wide enough to block the moonlight. Their screeches sent entire armies fleeing in terror. Others whispered that no invader who set foot on Califia's sacred land ever returned alive. As the Haiti Empire faced its greatest war, the marinet califia warriors, legendary women of supernatural strength, fought to their last breath. Their final battle would echo through time, later refers by history as the Haitian Revolution. These sacred women, once protectors of the empire, were reclassified under colonial narratives, stripped of their true origins, and renamed as the Dahomey Amazons from Africa, an attempt to erase their indigenous deeper lineage. The marinet were not only warriors but masters of supernatural warfare, feared by invaders for their mystical ability like see beyond time, and invoke divine forces like storm magic, summoning powerful winds to disorient enemies and drive ships off course. Those who were captured were not merely executed, but burned at the stake, a deliberate act meant to destroy their supposed magical properties. This terror of the marinet's power gave birth to the witch hunt culture led by the church. Their persecution became a global crusade to erase, demonize, and suppress ancient supernatural traditions. The biblical demonization of women, casting them as witches, heretics, or harbingers of chaos, was deeply rooted in the fear of the marinet's abilities. In Creole voodoo, they call this guardian spirit's Loa, as marinet boachesh, describing the brutal process of a transitioning souls. The forever marriage from a burning stake, the dry burning woods where everything turned to ashes. This name symbolized their eternal bond with the spirits, even in death. Instead of being erased, their spirits ascended to a higher plane of protection, vengeance, and spiritual war. The execution of the marinet became a global precedent for persecuting any woman who defied religious institutions. Women with knowledge of the old ways, healers, seers, midwives, warriors, were labeled as witches and hunted. This vendetta against supernatural traditions spread through Europe, the Americas, and Africa, ensuring that any remnant of the marinet's divine lineage was buried under religious dogma. Yet, in voodoo tradition, marinet was never lost. Instead, she became one of the most powerful spirits of protection, war, and vengeance. She watches over the oppressed, fuels the fire of rebellion, and ensures that the bloodline of the gods will never be erased.
Peace and divine blessings. This is Mambo Hathor Urzuliakanan, aka the Voodoo Diva, and we have such a beautiful project for such a wonderful month and occasion, Women's Month. Marinet Boachesh is a warrior goddess, and she epitomizes the meaning of a strong, independent, loving, and honorable woman for her people. This is something you do not want to miss, so make sure you become a Patreon member. Make sure you can share and like and subscribe to XLab TV, and let's really share this knowledge. Let's really give love to the power of a woman. We know there's nothing like it on this planet. This is Mambo Hathor Urzuli Akhenaten, aka the Voodoo Diva. Make sure that you shop the store. You can book your consultations, your readings, clothing, you name it. And let's make sure we don't forget, right now as we speak, Mambo Marinet Boishesh service is in play. So you want to get in and join and align with this fierce, powerful fire goddess energy to really get ready for this new year? Then come on and let's get it. The more that we unite, the more that we will be powerful reflections of our ancestors. So I can't wait to see you on the other side. Make sure that you get in where you fit in. The deadline is coming up, and it's just in time for the real new year and the blood moon eclipse coming. So talk about energy, lots and lots to go around. So start this year off right and get in where you fit in with Mambo Marinet Boishesh, fierce goddess energy. Service, we're giving love and honoring to her. You don't want to miss it. Peace.